Hello friends, how are you all doing? I'm out here at the park with my dog. He's chilling back there. Um, I wanted to make a short video just to talk about a couple of things, mainly all to do with this video that I've been working on. It's a very artsy video that I've been working on for a few weeks, and it comes out on Tuesday, Tuesday, March 4th, and it's called One Truth. And I wanted to talk about some of the things that working on that video have been has some of the things emotionally that have been coming up while working on that video. And I also wanted to talk about some of the inspiration behind it and some of the reasons why I made that video. I wanted to share that kind of like before the video comes out, and just to share in general. I know with art, or sometimes not even related to art, but when you're trying to share something that it's really personal, it can be kind of difficult. I've been wrestling with I've had a lot of sleepless nights, just thinking about, why do I do this to myself? Why am I trying to put myself out there in this way? And same thing when you're trying to share something, like a personal truth with someone. It can be difficult, and you can be like afraid of, whether you're gonna regret saying something or not, or everything like that. And so I wanted to share one of the things that I always do, again, in personal relationships, but especially when I'm having this kind of anxiety about sharing something artistic that feels very personal, and kind of like there's this moment of vulnerability that you're sharing. um, what I do is I ask myself a few questions. um, the first question that I ask myself is it true? And in this particular case, the video that I'm sharing, it's called One Truth, so it is definitely true. And the other thing to ask myself is, what are my intentions behind sharing this message, behind saying what I'm saying? What are my intentions? Are they good? Are they pure? And yeah, my intentions making this video are good. They are of love and compassion and unity. And so I feel like, once, if I know that what I'm trying to say is, number one, is true, number two, my intentions in sharing it are good and authentic, what I'm saying is true to my heart, and my intentions are good, and positive, then I feel safe to share. So that's kind of something that I do with myself whenever I have these moments of doubt and insecurity, that are very normal, when you're trying to share a big part of you. And that's kind of how I've been dealing with that. So I just wanted to share that. And then I also wanted to share a little bit about the inspiration behind it. Um, and I'm almost like afraid of sharing my original, sort of like one of the first things that inspired me behind wanting to you know make this video, and how it started kind of taking shape. The reason I'm afraid to say is because this video is about unity, right? um, but obviously it feels relevant right now because we feel divided, right? And this video is for everyone. I'm not making this video for any side in particular. This video is a video about one truth that is it's unifying. So I in no way want to say anything that's gonna split people halfway or another. And so that's why I'm almost like a little afraid to say, though. But one of the inspirations originally was something that Kamala Harris said during her campaign, and she said that we are more alike than we are different. We have more in common than not. And that inspired me. That is very true. We have our differences, but we have more in common than not. And I feel like that's what we need to focus on right now. And so that was kind of like the original inspirations. Like after a few months, um, that was still in my head, and I started writing about it, writing, and it kind of turned into like a bit of a script. And then I started to put visuals. I had clear visuals since the moment that I was writing it. And so I started writing words, taking notes on my visuals, and just thinking about uh, sharing something that was impactful and that was meaningful. And I had visuals. I've had these visuals for a while, but there are other things like that I've been inspired by. For instance, I remember when I watched Kendrick Lamar's halftime Super Bowl, I just was inspired by the use of color and like how it wasn't a lot of like bells and whistles. It was just very like impactful, straight to the point, strong visual moments, use of basic colors, and just um, just I applied some of those things in my video because I just was very inspired by that. Um, Even recently, I went to um, the the gay chorus of South Florida. Um, they had a show at the Sunshine Cathedral, and it was called Unbroken Voices, and it was about injustice. It was songs about justice and redemption. And I watched it recently this week, and after watching it, it inspired me too, right? And I decided that I'm gonna re-record the voiceover that I did for the video because I wanna put a little bit more emotion into it. And the way that I was inspired by this show was because um, it had like a seriousness to it. Like they opened up with this one piece that was honoring 7 black men that have died, um, that have been killed by the police while being unarmed, and they made this. It was like honoring each one of them at a time, and they made a song out of their last words. And they would do one. They would have their picture up, and they would do the song with their last words, and then there would be like a tiny moment of silence in between before the next one. And they told people not to clap until the end of this section, and it all just gave it this like seriousness to it. And I felt inspired by that. And watching the whole thing, there's just this like tone of like anger, almost like anger that comes from like injustice, and anger that comes from yeah, unfairness. And I, I personally have always had like my own like issues with anger. Like me personally, I have a hard time experiencing anger because it kind of scares me. Um, because I've been on the receiving end of someone else's anger, and it anger is an emotion that for years and years I've felt like I didn't want to experience anger. And but all emotions, of course, have value and a purpose, and so I've been working on that for years. But my voice of anger is not one that is very strong, and but sometimes anger is the right emotion to feel, and sometimes obviously you don't want to react out of anger, but sometimes, especially in the way that I'm doing it, that is very artistically, it is okay for it to uh, let some of my personal emotion show through, because it is my artistic expression. And when I was watching this show, I was like, I I thought that it helped the message be stronger, just adding like a little bit of letting that little bit of personal emotion uh, carry through and show. So I decided to re-record the voice, um, the voice that was very kind of like originally very calming, to trying to give it a little bit more intensity. And again, my angry voice is not gonna be that loud. You might not even notice it, but my intentions were of giving it a little bit more seriousness and a little bit of, more, just a hinge of that anger that comes from injustice. And so and what I'm trying to share here is just different examples of how I've found inspiration in different things. And And what I realized is that has what it all has in common is that the message aligns with the emotion and the visual, and it's kind of like taking away all the noise, removing anything that doesn't align with the main message, that the core message of what you're trying to express, and utilizing these elements, the visual elements, and the words that you're using, and the way that you're saying your words, everything being in alignment, and supporting the message and making the message stronger and more impactful. And so that's where I've been gathering inspiration from different places to make this video really, really, really impactful. And I mean, I hope that I have achieved that. Um, and besides that, some of the other things that have inspired me is wanting to inspire is also in doing this video and expressing myself, artistically. My other sort of motivation, I guess I could say, is not just expressing a message of unity and love and all of that, of course, but also to inspire others to create as well, to inspire others to, if you have a visual, an idea, maybe maybe witnessing me put that vision action. My hope is that it might inspire other people to want to take action on their feelings, and it doesn't even have to necessarily be in a form of a video or in a form of art. If you watch this and you're like, oh, clearly he's got some emotions and he's putting this video together because that's what he wants to contribute, but maybe your contribution or your action, based on your feelings, could be more like wanting to get more involved in the community, or volunteering in some way, or just whatever it might be for you. Like, I just really hope that me putting myself out there and speaking my truth and feeling like wanting to take action and contributing in some way to the unity, to our unity as people, and of course, first and foremost, always with a message of love and compassion. But it is brave to do that. I'm aware of that, and so that's kind of what I hope to inspire. Uh, it's scary, but I'm hoping to inspire action in other people just by example. Um, the other thing, kind of like along those lines too, I think it's, because a lot of people, on social media, I see the messaging of, it's so important right now is the time, more important than ever, that you share, that you make art, that you speak your heart, that you share. And I mean, I get it. I get the importance of it, especially when you have a lot of feelings. Um, it's it's a healthy way of dealing with those feelings, of processing those feelings and understanding them. Um, but for me, also it feels like letting other people know that um, that it is safe to speak your truth. I know a lot of people, and understandably so, are sort of scared right now and afraid to be themselves, afraid to, you know, what it means to be yourself these days, what it could mean, and it can be really scary. But if you see other people not afraid, and other people proudly being who they are, even if they don't feel safe doing that right now, at least if they can see other people doing that, I feel like it helps give them a little bit of comfort, um, and a little bit of company, and that's my other hope, for this video, because especially, I am I'm very proudly gay. I'm very proudly gay, Latino, part of the LGBTQ plus community, and that to me, it includes everyone in the LGBTQ plus, and the ones that I feel like I've always had the biggest piece of my heart has been trans people, and especially trans youth. I feel like those are the most the most vulnerable right now. And um, yeah, uh, if I have any voice, um, as an artist, as a person, I would use it for them, because I know they have a hard time. They could be having a hard time um, having a voice right now, and I will do whatever I can. I would give all of my voice um, to speak for them and for them. So um, so yeah, I think that about covers everything that I wanted to share. I know it's kind of a lot, but I made a very compact video. I think it's under 3 minutes, or maybe a little over 3 minutes, but somewhere around there. And yeah, I just want to thank you all for listening, for watching these videos. I know there's at least a handful of you who always watch all of my videos all the way through, and I know it because you all make comments, uh, and and it just means a lot to me that you all keep up with it. And if you want to support me in this uh, in this creation, what I'm trying to create is, with my YouTube and my videos, is a platform where I can uh, continue to spread a message of love, compassion, and just through my art, through my words. Um, and I just want it to be a place where uh, you will go in there, and hopefully you will feel more inspired to be a better person. My messages through my art for years, you can watch through some of my videos, has always been about love and compassion, and then also a lot about self-discovery, self-love. It's another big theme. And now this upcoming video is a little bit more about like social justice, but when you think about it, that does have to do with love and compassion. So in that way, it is in alignment with what I've been doing. But anyway, if you want to support me in creating this platform, one thing that you can all do that will cost you nothing is obviously liking and commenting are great, but if you can subscribe, that just kind of is one of the best measurements to let YouTube know and to help the channel grow. Um, so please, if you can subscribe, that way you get the videos right away on your phone, and it supports me tremendously. So if you could go ahead and do that, that would be so awesome. It would just mean so much to me every time I get a new subscriber. And yeah, I hope you all are enjoying the beautiful day. I am so excited to share this video with all of you. I've put so much time, so much love, so much thought, so much creativity into it, um, which is why it's taken me so long. It's because I really didn't want to rush it, didn't want to cut any corners. I wanted to make it the best that it could be. I wanted it to be impactful. I took inspiration. I've been taking inspiration from every place, um, to make it the best that it can be. And I'm really proud of it. I'm still working on it. It's not finished, but it will be posted on Tuesday, rain or shine. So anyway, I'm just very excited for that. And thank you all so much for listening. Again, it really means the world to me. Thank you so much.